Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, let's be honest, for me anyway, this is probably my most anticipated figure of the year to finally get my hands on. So I can't wait to do this review for you. What I'm going to do, of course, is compare him with, I'm going to say the original owners of the mold, but I actually think Dinoking came first. I think he was a pre-tool. What I mean by that is I'm pretty sure that they always had him in mind due to how they combined him, or maybe they made the Volcanicus first, but I think they definitely had Dinoking in mind due to how they put them all together. Now I am very fortunate to have a G1 vintage Dinoking. I've got to confess, I'm going to do a combined mode comparison. What I really like as well is that all the alternate modes are basically the shells, so we're going to do some comparisons with all the shells just to of course see how they've managed to, I suppose, take from that and turn them into their own new little bits of robots. What I am going to confess, guys, and I'm apologizing for you right now, is I'm probably not going to do all the individual little robot comparisons when they get in their robot mode. Main reason, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm just really scared and I don't want to damage it. I think anybody who knows anything about Dinoking, it's not even the price, it's the fact that if I do break it or if I damage it, I doubt very much I'll be able to get one again. So for that particular reason, I may do the feat, but again, even then taking these out, it's really difficult to actually even maneuver this. He doesn't suffer from gold plastic syndrome like Monstructor, but it's just the scarcity of the figures. So I'll do a couple of comparisons with the ones that I can do, but again, I hope you really understand the fact that I won't be doing full mini robot comparisons, not just yet anyway. I might draw up the courage to do it in the future, but in the meantime, this box is beautiful. This again is a complete take on or a homage to the original box set. In Japan they did little gift sets of everything. If you want to see the individual gift sets, the individual boxes, reviews and all the figures, again, they are on this channel. I don't actually have the gift set. There's all the images there of them on the top, and it's a clever idea, to be fair. I really do hope that we get another use of this mold and have Monstructor as well, but this looks so much more impressive than Volcanicus. If you want to read that in your own leisure, I'll bring it closer and you can pause and you can read that, as I say, as and when you want to. So without further ado, let's have a look at him. Now this is gonna again, if you're new to the channel, I don't watch anybody else's reviews. Obviously I've seen lots of pictures of this online from when it was revealed, from when it was, I think it was the breakfast it was revealed, SDCC's breakfast. So I've seen an abundance of images, but I've not seen any combining videos, any review videos, anything at all. I didn't even realize for some reason that the cardboard with the background of it was just normal cardboard, which is the only negative thing I'm going to moan at. They perhaps could have, you know, used a white background or something. There's the instructions, there's some of the parts, and of course there's going to be all of the accessories. So again, what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to do Dinoking in this video, and then we'll do the other, we'll do some other bots. Again, we'll split this up into a few videos so then you can watch just the ones that you wanted to, but let's set them free from here. We'll have a quick look at them, do a comparison of them in these modes, and then see what else we can do as well. So I've set them free from the packaging, and we're going to have a quick comparison, as I say, with them in their alternate modes, which of course, as I said, do match up to what the Japanese Pretender shells look like. Now don't get me wrong, I would of course loved to have seen the Pretenders, and I would love to have seen these in a much bigger scale. However, I'm just pleased that we've got them. I'm really pleased that we've got them, and I think funny enough as it sounds, I'll show you at the end as well, that I know they normally go for scale, but I think with this they've gone for toy scale rather than the actual, as I say, what's the word I'm after, how they scale in the cartoons, because in the cartoons, of course, he was much bigger, whereas, of course, in the actual toys, Deathsaurus was huge compared to Dinoking, which they still are right now. Right, we're going to start with Kakuryu, and that is, of course, that one there. So let me bring out, where are we? Triceratops. So this is where, as I say, they've gone really clever, and I like what they do with the Pretenders. They sort of amalgamate the two, you know, they get the robot and the Pretender shell and everything else going on, so you can see it does look like it. Of course, what we need to do with these is add these bits to it. So let's see, I presume this would all fit exactly the same as Grimlock does, to be fair. Not Grimlock, Volcanicus is the word I'm looking to say. There you go. So you've got your Triceratops there, you've got your additional parts, you've got your opening jaw, you've got your movable limbs. Not much more going on than that though, in all honesty, guys. And of course there you can see is where the original homage from the Pretender shell to his alternate mode actually comes from. So let's move him out of the way. Oh, I need the box actually, purely because the names always do trick me. I do remember them, but they all end in Ryu or Ryu. So we're going to go from that to Garyu, and that is of course the old Grimlock. So we need to then, this is fresh out of the box, so it does say you do need to do a few things, which is this. So let's bring his legs round. Of course you've got articulation in the legs there. You can see you can spin that around. Accessory wise, you would be popping this here. That's going to fit there, and it also looks like he's got this blaster as well, which you can pop there. So they've got more weapons and accessories themselves, to be honest. Let me just bring up his Generation 1 original Pretender shell. Where's that gone? Here it is. And of course this was the big clue. This was the huge clue when we got Volcanicus, because number one, he's the leader. Sorry, Grimlock was the leader, and they made him they made him a leg right there, exactly the same. You see, they made Grimlock a leg, exactly what they were doing, I think, with Dinoking. But there you go. That's a brilliant. You can tell straight away that of course is a homage to this. The jaw on this doesn't open though, and they're not too bad. As I say, the core class, I've already said it once, I'm probably going to say it more times, hope I don't know. That yeah, of course we would have loved for them to be a bit bigger, deluxe class, etc., but I'm just pleased that we've got them. Right, so we've got the Ankylosaurus, which is that one, and there of course is your Ankylosaurus from the Pretender shell, and that is of course Goryu. And I'm sure one of these weapons and accessories will go with him as well, but I'll work that out a bit later on as well. Let's bring in, which one's this one? There we go. The Stegosaurus is Doryu, and again it looks like we can adjust these, or is this how I can't even remember, to be honest. It's been so long since we've played around with the Dinobots, so it can't be right. I'll have a look at it in a second. As I say, what I'm really doing in this particular section, before I get loads of hate, which I know I will do, first and foremost, we can hide this underneath, is I just wanted to show you where they were coming from with, of course, the alternate modes. Why is that not fitting in there? It should do. Have I got it the wrong way around? Yes. There you go. I'm sure I've just read that on the instructions, so that goes underneath. I'll have another look in a second, but I know it goes on the top because of course it did when he was Snarl, but I've looked in the instructions and it's saying that this is what we should be putting in the top of this one, which is completely powered up. Oh, it does stay, honestly. I've just knocked it off. As I say, yeah, the main point of this was just to show you the differences between, oh, not the differences, the where they've got the ideas from. It is like that. I'm confusing myself. It is like that, and of course it tabs in there like so. The thing that I was not able to see was his dinosaur feet right there, but there you go. There is Doryu. Right, let's have a quick look. Where's the pterodactyl? Here it is, or pteranodon, or whichever one it is. I'm going to get corrected. Your Kuryu, of course, he comes out of the box like this, so we need to fold these down, and there we go. In fact, guys, while I'm going through all these, let me know in the comments, would you prefer to have had, as a kid, would you prefer to have Dinoking or Monstructor? That would be interesting to know, because as I say, yeah, exactly that. I suppose it depends if you like dinosaurs more than monsters. I just think the Dinoking, everything about it made it sound that little bit more interesting. Right, and finally there is Ryu, and again probably one of the weakest, let's be honest, definitely one of the weakest, but again we've got all these other accessories, so that looks to be a huge blaster. I'm looking at it, I think so. Again, I'm not really sure, perhaps his feet. No, it's his feet, look at that. Again, just you can tell that I'm completely not done what loads of reviewers do. I've not looked at anybody else's. There's the fists, and I won't do that until I've finished looking at mine, otherwise these won't be true first impressions for obvious reasons. They do look good. That is the comparisons with them. What I need to do though now is get him all built up, and as I say, actually review Dinoking for himself rather than individual bots. So we're going to come right back, and he's going to be combined up to do comparisons with him, the original rather, and of course with their core class. Oh, that's reversed, Volcanicus. So we're going to come right back now and see the differences we've got. Okay, then we're back, and as you can see, I've got him all combined up to form. To be honest, they're quite, in fact, not quite, that's a bit too harsh. The really impressive Dinoking. Again, I'm going by the fact that this is a core class figure. It is a core class figure. It obviously isn't going to have anywhere near, I suppose, the detail and articulation as Menasor, but for its size, it's really good, and it's a huge improvement on Volcanicus. Funnily enough, the instructions are perfect. As I said, I have just got him straight in. I will look to do a full combining video, but to be honest, it's no different at all to the Volcanicus one that I've done. And as I said, I'll do another video where we do more comparisons with the individual robots, where I pluck up enough courage to disassemble the combined form and then indeed do exactly that. But you can see what I mean, I suppose, by it's just a great homage. It really is. It surprised me how good it is. So I'm going to do a couple of side turns, etc. I'm then going to bring Volcanicus in as well. And show you, I suppose, the main differences with them as well. Why is that sticking all the way up? Let's bring that down. Okay, so not the greatest from the back, but I always say this, every company, doesn't matter which company it is, whether it's Hasbro, Takara, New Age, whoever I'm reviewing, even Magic Square and X-Transbots that drive me insane. If I can't see a gap from the front, I'm not bothered. There you go, there he is. It's just so cool to be able to finally sort of do that, put them two together, shall we say. Right, and what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to show you, in fact, let's take away all the accessories. I love it when they do things like this. I don't know who's the first to do it. Maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I'm asking for your help. I'm thinking it was perhaps Landcross, again in Victory. It was the first figure to use all the weapons to combine them to make a giant weapon. Again, it just works really well. Now, the reason why I'm taking all these off is so I can do a Volcanicus comparison for you, and then I'll show you, of course, the main differences. So you can obviously tell, in fact, I'll show you. So the feet come exactly like this. They've got these, they look like, it's like a T, but it's not. It's like a capital I, and there's a capital I at the bottom there, and the same on the other foot. So as long as, make sure the reds go at the back, which is quite interesting, because I thought this could have been, you know, used more like a rocket launcher in the pictures that I saw, but no, it's the feet. I imagine it's more of a rocket launcher for the individual little bots, but that's how they attach there. The fists attach exactly the same. So with regards, they're just bigger. I'm just looking at them now, they're just bigger. So again, these would attach, oh, there we go, thrown that everywhere. These, again, via these two parts, are going to attach into the back of the legs like so. So everything all fits together really well. And as I say, look at the difference. The difference is crazy. As I said in the first part, but probably not making too much sense of what I was saying. I definitely think that this was the first use, and then they thought, oh, we'll get the Dinobots in as well. I don't know, that's just what I'm thinking, because as I say, the things that I pointed out sort of, I don't know, make me think that, or whether or not they just designed them both at the same time. If we spin it to the side, you can see, yeah, look, it's just different paint jobs on them all. There's nothing that's standing out any different with regards to any of these. That's done exactly the same as what the other one did as I spun him round. No, I'm trying to look, again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Okay, that I've put up on the back because he doesn't need to be a foot, so, but it's still the same mold, it's still the same thing. If you remember with Grimlock, it does double up as a foot. Everything's looking pretty much, as I say, identical. Now the difference is, obviously now with this, you've got more articulation, so let's just move him out of the way for now. You can spin this all the way around if you wanted to. Can you? I've just said that, and no, I don't think you can. No, you can't. It gets caught just on that hinge there. You can bend what would be the elbow there. You can then turn it slightly out as well, but what this has got the best advantage of is this fist as well. You've got movement inside there, so you can move a little bit of wrist flexion, whereas the other ones were just set. There was just a complete plastic mold. I got there eventually, and it wouldn't obviously, as I say, do that. Whereas with this, you've got that, which just gives it all just a little bit more, as I say, articulation. You've still got full waist rotation, which is insane. It's great, to be honest. The legs are going to kick all the way up, all the way back. You've got a swivel there. You've got to swivel at that hip. You've got to swivel at what would be the knee as well. In fact, it's not the knee, it's just above it. You can bend it there, and where you attach it, you could also swivel it on this peg there if you wanted to. With regards to the feet, it doesn't look like you've got, I say that, you've got a little bit, I don't know if that's intentional. Oh no, it is, it's definitely intentional. You've got ankle rock and tilt Let me just see if you can balance. Yes, you have. That's intentional ankle tilting and rocking there, which, yeah, is great. It's just, again, I don't know how they sometimes do this. Just get a different lick of paint on figures and make them so much better. It's crazy. Right, that's that there. Just, I suppose, for some height references. So I've got some other random, I say random, Japanese G1s going to the side of me. So that's Great Cannon, which is, of course, an Onslaught repaint. I've just got a whole mix of figures here to give you an idea. There is Sideswipe from just your normal. That was Kingdom, actually. That was from the one from Kingdom. So we've had normal mainline deluxe. That's your new Commander class Optimus Prime. So, of course, that's not going to work. That's your Earthrise. Not Earthrise, that's Siege. That's Earthrise. Then we've got a Studio Series Megatron. As I say, these aren't, of course, supposed to scale together. It's just to give you an idea of height, of how big the figure is, depending on the collection that you've got. That's Missing Link, so it could, of course, be any of the Missing Link cabs. I'll just grab that one because it's there. What I have got, ironically enough, and let's see if I can get it without knocking everything over, is a Combiner Wars Bruticus, just to the side. So it's a bit like that. What I mean by this is it's because the Combiner Wars had pretty much similar, the same articulation, great big brick limbs, shall we say, with not the greatest parts you can move around on. What I'm going to do though now, funnily enough, because I have put this here, and it is, again, just to give you an idea of size and height, and in other words, and also I suppose a little bit of a plea from me to Hasbro to give us a Dinoking in this size and scale. And I know I've got the cars the wrong way round. Before people comment, I like it having this way because it reminds me of how the toy looked as G1s. So yeah, it's half the size of your Menasor, so it really is a very small combiner. There isn't really much more to say about this guy. As I said, I do promise to do another video with the individual bots as soon as I've got the courage to disassemble the main one. What I'm going to do though now is what I promised sort of at the beginning, is I'm going to get the HasLab Deathsaurus, I'm going to get the G1 Deathsaurus, and I'm going to put the both sort of, again, just to show you what I meant by perhaps they've gone with toy scale rather than with actual scale in the cartoons. Right, let me grab the Deathsauruses. Right, so there you go. You can see I've managed to grab the Deathsauruses, or Desaurus, which of course was the Japanese name, and you can see what I meant. It's just a bit of tongue-in-cheek, as I say. What they looks like they've done is gone for the toy scale as a reference rather than the cartoon, because both the Deathsauruses are much bigger. One other last thing that I definitely need to note is that there is also wrist articulation in these fists. I've just found that as I was attempting to put this on. You can see you can spin that around as well, so it's even better, as I say, even better than we thought. And this is where I'm going to sign this particular video off. If you want to see any Japanese G1 figures reviewed, check out the playlists on this channel. If you're new to the channel, I've got every single G1 figure, so you might want to have a look at some of them on there. In the meantime though, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you're understanding of me not wanting to pull him apart just yet, but I will get round to it. As always, thank you very much for the support. Take care.